Hi, welcome to the October Human Design Energy Report. I'm April Goff Brown, and every month on the first of the month, I prepare an energy report looking at the transits that the sun will be going through over the month, as well as some of the backdrop of the planetary energies to get a sense of what we might expect during the month. It's been no surprise that we're in a pretty shaky, disruptive time in our history, and that is going to continue. But what I love about October's energies is that it's a settling down into some of the inner work that we need to do for our own personal growth, because this is going to be the best way that we can survive all of the disruption and chaos that is going on, coming to really know ourselves and understand who we are and what our values are and what our beliefs in. And October has some beautiful energy for us to do that. As a reminder, the backdrop of our three outer planets, they are moving and have been moving into a very harmonious aspect. I'm not an astrologist, so I'm not going to use all of the correct terms there, but this is a long-term movement that will be with us for several years. What I can tell you with these planets in the human design gates is that Uranus, which is the gate of the unexpected, is in gate 20 in the month of October, and it is encouraging us to remain present. And yes, the present has lots of unexpected things going on, and we might find that we will have some unexpected reactions to things that are going on. But it's important to remember that we need to stay in the present, because if we spend too much time wanting the past, we're going to get stuck there. Nostalgia is wonderful up to a point, but you can get stuck there and not grow. But if you spend all your time worrying about the future, you can get stuck in fear because you don't know what it's going to bring. So the best thing that you can do is to remain present and recognize that as the unknown comes, it may be unexpected. Your reaction may be unexpected, but it's a growth opportunity for you. Now, Neptune is in the gate 25, which is the gate of this spirit of the self. This is one of what I call the faith gates in human design, and it's around the idea of universal love and the innocence of what universal love really is. It's love without conditions. It's love because we're built to love. And we are in so many of the religious beliefs that we are tasked with loving our neighbors as ourselves. So despite how you might feel about the divisive noise going around you, you want to come to your true self and look at how you are managing through this. What values does it bring to you with regard to how you feel about others? The idea of loving others the way that you love yourself is really important. So build a close relationship with yourself and the values and the beliefs that you hold. Now, the third planet out there is Pluto, and Pluto is in gate 60. It's fluctuating. It's moving back and forth between 60 and 41, and it's going to be in 60 for a little bit longer. And 60 is about acceptance, recognizing that everything is always going to change. Innovation is part of the human condition. But it also is a conservative looking at things that says you don't throw everything out just for change, but you have to really look at what is worth keeping, what is important, what is the value that is worth keeping, and how can you bring that forward. So really, really wonderful energies that the outer planets are bringing us. Now, I like to talk about Saturn and Jupiter a little bit. Saturn is in gate 36, and it's been playing between 36 and 25 all year long. And it's going to remain in 36 for the remainder of the year. Gate 36 is a challenge of growth. It's crisis and turbulence. And it's about learning the lessons that this kind of energy brings to us. So again, it's what are you learning about yourself as you pay attention to everything that is swirling around you. The idea is to become your best self, and Saturn's lessons are here to help you become your best self. Now, Jupiter is in gate 62, which is about details, and it's about coming to know what you're going to do, what you're going to leave behind to bring your personal growth forward. So as we learn lessons, it also is telling us that it's time to let go of some of those things that we've been hanging on to for all of this time because they no longer serve us. And so Jupiter wants you to not fear the challenges that are before you, but sees them as opportunities to grow and to reap the blessings of the growth that you're going to experience. So now let's move into the sun transits. We start the month in the 6th day of the sun being in 18, gate 18, and the earth in gate 17. Gate 18 is the gate of correction, and 17 is the gate of opinion. So you may have been feeling some energy just recently that you know what can get fixed. You can see resolution and corrections that about things that are going on without you. You have opinions about all of these things. Here is today on October 1st, because it's the only day. Think about the wisdom that that brings for you. Because you know what needs to be fixed, the wisdom is to remember that not everybody is ready to hear what you have to say. You need to wait for the right time to share your corrections, your thoughts about what can be improved with someone else. The wisdom on this gate is to be able to ask or say, I have some thoughts about this. I'd like to share them with you if you'd let me. You're opening up an invitation for somebody to listen to probably some pretty profound insights that you've had. So October 2nd, we find that the sun is moving into gate 48, the gate of wisdom or the depth of knowledge, and the earth is moving to 21. And so it's an energy of knowing how to move forward, and that you have what it takes inside of you. The fear of this 48 is that I don't know enough, or that I'm not smart enough. And yet, what's important is to reflect on the knowledge that you do have, the wisdom that you do have, and don't overthink everything. Okay, sometimes it's just in you, and it will come out in moments that you don't expect it to as well. Especially mentioning that Uranus is up there and with the unexpected, you might find some unexpected insights into yourself at this time. Now, gate 21, bringing an energy of wanting control and independence, especially materially. And so at the low expression, we will micromanage, we might dominate, we might be overly cautious, and we're going to struggle delegating things to others. If those describe you, the idea of micromanaging, being afraid to delegate, being overly cautious, how can you become grounded in letting go of those needs? How can you become grounded in letting go of those needs? What actions can you take to come into balance so that you can release these control and grow in your own knowledge and wisdom? October 8th, the sun will be moving into gate 57, the gate of intuitive insight, while the earth is in gate 51, the gate of shock. Really interesting. So 57 represents your deep intuition that guides you towards survival and well-being. Explore at this time how well you pay attention to your intuition. Do you trust it? Do you trust yourself? How can you trust your intuitive insight more and let it be your guide? What do you need to do to befriend your intuition? Now, the earth energy usually is what grounds you in this, and so the gate of shock is about testing yourself to be the best you. It's an energy for growth, a catalyst, and it takes courage to initiate change. So, shock yourself out of complacency. That's what we need to be doing. Push yourself to listen to your inner knowing and trust what comes out of this exploration. We move to the middle of the month, October 14th, and the sun moves into gate 32, the earth into gate 42. Now that you did the work using energies from the beginning of the month till now, it's time to turn onto building upon this new awareness. Gate 32 is the gate of continuity. And so it's asking you to know what and who you value for long-term success, however you define that. It's time to value yourself, your wisdom, your intuition, paying attention to what you need for your success. And again, success is how you define it, not by how the world or people you know define it. Success needs to be personal. Gate 42 is about growth and expansion as well. And in this time between October 14th and the 19th, it's about understanding what needs to come to a natural ending. Because every time we grow and bring in something new, we also have to release things that no longer serve us. That's where the wisdom is going to come in. That is where your intuitive insight is going to come in. And this is the things that may shock you or be the challenge to growth is what do you keep and what do you let go? October 20th, the sun moves into gate 50. The earth moves into gate 3. Now, gate 50 is the gate of values. It's time to confirm, not just explore, but to confirm your values and your beliefs, challenging those that don't align to your highest self. You want to move forward, focusing on what truly matters to you and leave the mess of the other stuff behind. You can see how nicely these energies are flowing from week to week. It's 6 days to 6 days to 6 days. There's such a nice flow where we get to the gate of values. And if you've been feeling like you've needed to meet everybody else's expectation and values, as you discover your own, as you get those insight into what is truly important to you, it's time for you to live by those. It's time to explore and release the limiting beliefs and those patterns, those areas where you've self-sabotaged behind. When you know who and what you are, you can live authentically. And that's what living aligned to your human design is all about, is how do I live authentically? Now, it might be difficult for you. It's not an easy job because gate 3 is difficulty at the beginning. So if you're new to this journey of personal development, it's not an easy ride. It's bumpy. There are times you feel like you're making great progress, and then there's times where you got to step back because you question, well, how come I'm not getting to where I think I need to be? Understand that it's a journey, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's not about arriving to a destination. It's a path on where you truly continue to grow. So if you are grounded in your authenticity and commit to the things that you've learned thus far and reflections this month, know that the changes that you make will be worth it. October 25th, the sun is in gate 28 and the earth in gate 27. I know these gates well because these are part of my main energies. Gate 28 is a gate of struggle. So along with 36, the challenges of growth, the unexpected that's coming from Uranus, we have a period where the gate of struggle is there. It's an energy of taking risks. And what I love about it is you can reframe it as a gate of adventure. And it's about working towards your purpose. And your purpose really is to be your best, most authentic self that you possibly can be. And your design tells you how that is. Resisting the challenge to grow keeps you stuck. So it's all about evolving this month, as you can see. Now, gate 27, the earth grounding of this, is about nurturing yourself. Every time I say what I'm going to say, people always agree with me, is that in order to be good for somebody else, you have to be good for yourself first. And that makes sense. But my question is, do you do it? How many of us really do it, or we succumb to putting everybody else first and thinking of ourselves last? So this gate is asking you, as you are reflecting and meditating and finding out who you are, take care of yourself. Nurture who you are. Figure out your boundaries so that you are being able to grow in the way that the October energies are asking you to. And then on the last day of the month, October ends with the sun in 44 and the earth in 24. You're going to be asked now, as we leave October and enter November, to explore those old patterns of behavior that have kept you stuck. You can see the energies of October, what they've been about. Let them go. It is the time to begin to let them go for your own personal journey, your own personal benefit. Keep those insights. Journal this month if that's what you do. I find journaling to be one of the best things to do. So I can go back and look at the reflections and the insights that I've had. And so screen those thoughts and reflections and select those that best serve you. And you in capital letters. Yep, October is all about inner work, exploration, finding out who you are. And I encourage you to take this journey this month, because it will help you be able to withstand what's going on around you, because you're going to become firmer in who you are. And you know by now that I believe that you were perfectly designed. And the personal journey is the work we do to return to our design. Thanks for watching. If you like this energy report, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, because they are dropped every first of the month. You can also subscribe to my email list, because I will send out an email when these are ready for you to view. There is also a written report that shows up on my blog. So if you prefer reading, or you want the written version to support the video here, you've got them both. Anyway, I will see you next month. I hope October is an amazing, insightful month for you.